Hi, everyone. Welcome to another week in our podcast series focused on our 4-story brownstone luxury renovation project in Midtown Carmel. We finally reached the 4th floor of the 4-story structure, and this area is really focused on living space that almost, I would say, would substitute for a basement. In some cases, it's a beautiful small space. It has decks on either side. You've got great sight lines out off the 4th floor, and the use of the space is very cozy. It's very welcoming, and Tiffany Skilling and her team, as always, did an amazing job. And in this particular area, there's not a lot of square footage. There's not a lot of footprint, but Tiffany's team did not leave an inch untouched or unplanned for. And it's pretty cool. What we're going to focus on, as always, in my conversation with Ben, is the elements and the execution that we brought to the table, where Tiffany had a vision of how something would function or something would look, and then we created the function to go with that and deliver a product to the client that they could really enjoy and be very proud of. It's really cool. I hope you enjoy this. If you have questions, as always, please feel free to reach out to us. We're happy to answer anything, and have a wonderful week, okay? Thanks so much. Ben, when you talk about these built-ins here and the details that went into creating what Tiffany's team had as a vision, what are the things that you had to think about in terms of putting this together, and what are the functions that people would see or wouldn't know that we know are there as it relates to seating and things like that?
Well, as far as the functions go, we do have some nice hidden areas for storage. Behind each one of these custom panels, you're able to take these off. We have some Velcro on them, and then they're able to put other pillows that they would maybe change out seasonally.
Yep.
That was a nice addition that we didn't necessarily plan for, but we're able to take advantage of.
Okay.
One of the things that we did plan for were some of these pull-out drawers that are under the seating area.
Yeah. And the upholstery went right on the drawer front, just to give the
drawer
visual.
front is essentially upholstered, and then it creates for a nice hidden look that makes it where you can't see it. As far as the considerations, whenever you have an open wall that is going to have a lot of things incorporated into it, we have to take into account the other spaces. So the depth of this, being able to use this space and not feel too crowded when we are going to introduce such a intricate piece to the room.
So you're thinking about how does the depth of the built-in play with the depth of the fireplace, with the depth of the mantle, all of those considerations, right?
Essentially, our fireplace unit sets the precedent. We have to base everything off of that, because that wall is based off of that. So everything from that point is filling in left and right to accommodate the space and the design.
Will you talk about this particular piece and what went into installing this piece that Tiffany Skilling and her team kind of identified and put together, and how we made it come to life, so to speak?
Yeah, as minimal as this looks for its points where it connects, it's very substantial in how it's connected. To create this look and be able to make sure it was attached, we had to remove drywall and put in blocking. We got lucky at the top because there was actually a ceiling rafter that was going across there, but we had to add additional framing in here to support the 1/2-inch thick glass and just the brass structure, along with the high value items that we have on display here. So this was definitely something that we wanted to make sure was in place forever.
Yeah, in the detail, I mean, even the detail of the backsplash and how it was designed, and the decorative edge, and pulling all of this together. I know that this was kind of a later add when we replaced this cabinet, right? Yeah. Oh, and look at that, a drawer front to a refrigerator up here. that people
Just
would
a
not
little-
have known.
Yeah, just a little something to keep
Yeah.
things hidden and to keep with the theme,
Yeah.
but still be usable.
Right. Fantastic.
All right, talk to me about the trim detail in this room while we're here.
As is the rest of the house, it's very detailed. So we had to keep that on the fourth floor. It was a bit of a challenge being that we had windows that were in set, determined places, and with such an intricate, detailed crown, we had to get creative in our ways that we overlapped the trim details without taking away from what they are. So determining where the main focal points are as far as the door, and understanding that the windows are close, but we still had to keep with the theme.
You're trying to literally tie all of these things together, and you've got the door and the windows, and then you're trying to incorporate multi-step crown, or the visual of it anyway, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
All of the doors have the cased picture frame around the side, and then the capital above.
Yeah.
We used the illusion of the secondary bead of trim to follow the bulkhead that we had in some places.
Yeah, 'cause
there's
you're
bulkheads
fighting-
in place for sprinkler systems and things that could not be moved.